lyrics writer to compose rhymes. Sin got us blind, got a cloud on our mind. I'm illuminated, opening my eyes. Now the spirit showing me the word is alive. I was so low, now I'm so high. Regenerated mind telling me that I'm alive. And it's working, I'm so certain. Confident he created me for a purpose. Somewhere in between the jeans that y'all jerking, and them khakis that gangsters working. No purpose.
Guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so happy you tuned in today. It is the last quarter of 2019. Yes, I said it, the last quarter. First of all, we want to apologize for last Wednesday. I didn't get to post a video, but we are back, and I have some great videos that I'm gonna be uploading for the next couple of weeks. We're gonna be talking about health tips. We're gonna be talking about, you know, Thanksgiving, family time, family relationships, and just really providing you with some tips on how you can face your family during the holidays. I know a lot of people do not like facing family during the holidays, and I am here to help you, honey. So I hope you guys, you know, comment your questions in the comments below so that I can address them in future videos. And today we're gonna be talking about a topic that's also dear to me. Anything mental health is dear to me, and as I was doing research, I realized that this week, October 6th to the 12th, is Mental Illness Awareness Week. Mental Illness Awareness Week. In May it's mental health, but in October it's mental illness, and there's a big difference. We're about to delve into that today. So what is mental illness? I'm glad you asked. According to Google, mental illness or a psychiatric disorder is a behavioral or a mental pattern that causes distress or impairment of personal judgment. I hope you guys caught that. If you didn't, I'm gonna repeat it. Mental illness or psychiatric disorder is a behavioral or mental pattern that causes distress or impairment of personal functioning. So during this time, it's the winters, you know, time is about to change. So there's this specific disorder called SAD, which is seasonal affective disorder. It is a disorder that occurs mostly during the fall time and winter time because of the time change. Basically, it's another word of saying seasonal depression. So this is what we're going to be talking about today. A lot of people are prone to getting seasonal depression, or should I say seasonal affective disorder, because there's less sunlight exposure. So meaning we spend a lot more time indoors. We have a tendency to isolate ourselves. So a lot of people struggle with that, and sometimes they don't even realize that they're struggling with it. And I'm going to share some symptoms with you guys today on how you can recognize whether you have it or not, and what you can do if you are having it. So the causes for seasonal affective disorder. During this time of year, most people, especially those who live in areas there are less exposure to sunlight due to the weather change, it causes a shift in the serotonin release in the brain. Serotonin is in charge of our mood. So when, you know, serotonin gets released, we have a greater, you know, a happier mood. But when it is restricted, you know, it makes an impact which can cause us to be a little bit more melancholy or just sad, like we're talking before. And also there are some symptoms, like I was saying earlier, on how you can detect whether you have it or not. From the number one symptom would be fatigue. Your body may feel a little bit sluggish. You might not have the desire to participate in certain activities that you used to participate in before. You might want to isolate yourself. So isolation is another one. Fatigue, isolation, the desire to sleep, yet you are still tired. So there are many different symptoms that you can experience at that time, and when you feel them or when you see any changes in your mood, instead of isolating yourself, you can reach out to a therapist, reach out to a friend, and try to seek for that help, because the worst place to be is in your head alone with nobody there to keep you company and stuff like that. Also, if it is at a greater risk, or you feel that you're unable to manage with someone else's opinion, you can also go to a professional like a psychiatrist who may be able to do a full diagnosis to actually determine whether you can be diagnosed with the mental disorder or not. Also, during this time of year, one thing that I was thinking about is people who have lost a family member. Over the years, I know a lot of young people, I know a lot of people, even my family, who lost someone. So this time may be a little bit hard for them celebrating or seeing people spending time with their families, and they're unable to spend time with that specific family member. It could be very hard and tough on them. So that's one thing that we have to bring awareness to be a little bit more cautious and be a little bit more sensitive, and check on our friends too, because if we know this person lost this person during for a few years back, then it's good to check up on those people to make sure that they are doing good. So this was my little tip for you guys to make sure that you continue to take care of yourself. I always talk about self-care, and self-care takes many forms: physical, emotional, psychological, you name it. Do something to be able to care for your mental health, because if we don't care for it, then we lose it. The same way the saying says, you don't use it, you lose it. So use your self-care tips that I have shared, and make sure that you stay connected to your friends. Next week we will be talking about health tips, because this month of October is about breast cancer, and I want to, shed light on it, and what are some preventative measures that we can take, men and women, that we can take to prevent ourselves from either gaining it or detecting it early, so you could get it treated. So look out for my next video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. Like, share with your friends, and I'll see you next week. Thank you for tuning in. Bye bye.